Today I'm going to pose one question. That I'm going to ask this one question for you to have a spiritual awakening. I'm going to pose this one question that you can answer directly, that will show you, in a sense, you are already awake and you always have been. You are just simply asleep to the play. Should I dive right in? Should I go ahead and ask it right now? Well, first I want to preference this question with a little backstory. And I want to let you know it's not what you think, but it is everything you need. It is going to be a question that you can answer directly. You can look into your direct experience. There will not be any mind needed. There will not be any theory, conclusion, or idea needed. To some, they'll answer it like this. To others, they'll overthink it. But this isn't a trick question. And I'm going to tell you why this question shows you that you are already awake, and you always are. If you don't understand that, maybe it will point you to seeing your spiritual awakening. Drum roll. My question I ask you, I'll ask it in a few different forms. Have you ever had an experience? Have you ever had an experience in which you were not aware of? Sit with that for a moment, please. Have you ever had an experience? Can you recall? Can you say that you have ever had an experience that you have not been aware of? Or that you have known has happened, that you have been present seeing? That's many different ways to say the same thing. Look for an experience. Look for anything. Look as far back as you want. As far back as you want. I can say, and I'm sure most of you can as well, say that you have never had an experience that you have not been aware of. Now, what does this answer say about us being awake, or point to us in our spiritual awakening? It points to everything, and it says everything. The fact that we cannot say we have ever had an experience that we were not aware of simply points to the fact that the whole notion of what we call life is awareness. Because, and you can imagine this if you like, try as hard as you'd like, will you ever be able to have an experience that you are not aware of? Imagine an imagined future, tomorrow, whatever you'd like to believe. You're never going to have an experience that you cannot be and are not aware of. This points to a knowing. This points to a foundation, and shows us that we arrive nowhere for a spiritual awakening. How many of you are investigating this, going on the journey, the so-called journey of self-investigation, self-discovery, and believe that you have to find something? Something has to click and you arrive somewhere. Well, I'm here to give you the biggest secret and to tell you that that is not the case. In its simplest, most purest form, you do not arrive anywhere You are already here. And this question shows you that, because simply waking up is noticing the foundation of this life, the foundation of reality, this awareness that is knowing, the awareness that knows, doing my best to describe it here. The awareness that you can't deny allows you to be aware of every experience that you think you are going to have and you have already had. So take a step back from who you feel like you are. Take a step back for who you believe you are. Take a step back from the character's role you are playing and notice what allows it all to be seen. It has always allowed it all to be known, and it always will. It is simply the foundation of what we call life, whether we see this or not. Even if you are fully asleep and you never wake up, you're simply moving along in this knowing awareness as this knowing awareness. Now, you'll never pay attention to it. You think you're the body. You think you're inside of the body. But if you take a closer look and you actually do some self-investigation, you'll see that that's not this so-called case or assumption. And what's actually there is something that's always been there, must be there, never goes away, doesn't come, doesn't go on strike, doesn't turn on and off. So intimate and so close. Unlike the stories of yourself, the ideas of who you are and how they change from 10 years old to 20 to 15 to 40, all the way in between. I said those numbers backwards or mixed them up a little, but you get what I'm saying. The body, how it grows and shrinks. The hair, how it comes and goes. I used to have hair. But one thing is always here. It always will be here. It must be here for your believed life to even exist, to be known. But I really want to point the question to, how does this mean I'm already awake? How does this lead to a spiritual awakening? Well, if you can answer the question, like I asked in the beginning, have you ever had an experience in which you are not aware of? Can you have an experience in which you are not aware of? Well, that clearly shows you when your answer is no. It shows you what you already are. Now it's simply up to you to remove the blindfold. Take off the VR headset that's been strapped so tight. Step out of the self-conditioned cage. No story is needed. Nothing is needed for you to be what you truly are. You're already it. You always have been. And this question points you to it. Let your senses pull you in. The senses aren't needed for it. You can be in a room of darkness and silence, never seeing the light of day, but there would still be knowing awareness. But let your senses pull you into it. I know that you feel so blended in, so mixed up within the material world, within the colors in the painting on the canvas. But let that painting pull you towards the canvas. Let the colors pull you towards the canvas. You see, wherever you are right now, whatever you notice is a clear sign that you are aware. Because for it to be there, for it to be known, for these trees, this wind, the birds, for all of this to be known, once again, I must be aware. Not as Alex, but awareness must be there. If you want to take it a step deeper, for this body to be known in the same place as everything else, not separate, well then, the same thing that's always been there, that's not really a thing, you can't grab it, grasp it, or hold it. The foundation and nature of reality in yourself must be there, just like it always has. Your senses show you this at any moment. You are awake right now. It's just taking a step back, relaxing attention, and falling back into source. That isn't done by force, it's done by feeling. But it isn't a feeling that comes and goes. It is a feeling of serenity, a feeling of being home. Take a step back from the colors on the canvas and notice what allows all of the colors to be present. You are already awake. I mean, you always have been. We all are. We're just deep within our character's role, performing in the play. Take a step back and see that your character's role in the play isn't so real. Thank you all for being here. Stay tuned.